Hey guys, good morning. I just want to share a little encouragement with y'all. Saturday morning, when I was laying in bed enjoying the time that I had to lay instead of getting up at 4:15 like I usually do on work days, I was just kind of talking to the Lord and contemplating things about the rapture and things that are going on in the world right now, and just spending time with the Lord, thinking, talking about these things. And I had a vision, and it was and don't laugh because you might want to laugh, but obviously it was symbolic. But I had a vision of, like, the label had I saw a hand pull the label off of a can of what looked like biscuit dough. Have you guys ever opened those cans of like Pillsbury biscuit dough? It's like in a tube, and you pull off the label first, and oftentimes that's enough to cause it to pop open at the seams. There's like a cardboard wrap around the dough, and it's got seams in it, and sometimes it'll just pop open with a big bang, boom, and it always makes me jump. I haven't actually used those in many years, but I remember using them when I was younger, and it would always make me jump. I kind of dread it. It's kind of like an explosion. And so the label was peeled off, and then on the, it's normally just a plain cardboard wrapping underneath that. Instead of that, it was like a painting. There was a hand holding up, I just saw a hand holding up like a glass of margarita, and like they were celebrating, and there was a beautiful sunset in the background. It just seemed like someone was thinking about like a peaceful celebration, like maybe they were on the beach or something. That's the impression I got. And that was the end of the vision. And so throughout the morning, and after I got up, and I was just kind of thinking on that and talking to the Lord about it, I was like, oh, okay. I believe that the label being peeled off is representative of us, the church, the restrainer being removed. And, when the rapture happens, because I was kind of talking to the Lord about things we might see, or, how bad it might get before we're gone. But He just keeps reassuring me so many times over the years that He's in control, and things are not really going to pop off until we're gone, and then after we're gone, they're going to have a time of false peace, maybe even celebration, and I don't know if that lasts till about the midpoint or when. But anyway, we know that's how it's supposed to go down. And the Antichrist is not going to be understood. I think he'll be trusted by society until midpoint, where he obviously exalts himself, proclaims himself to be God, and turns around, turns against Israel, right? And so there's more to this. If the can doesn't open right when you remove the label, it doesn't cause it to pop open. You have to they tell you to take a spoon and press it against one of the seams, and then it'll pop open. And what causes it? The word tribulation comes from the word tribulum, from what I understand, the same base word, and that's about applying pressure, right? And a tribulum is something that was used by farmers to separate the wheat from the chaff. And it applies pressure. And there are many people that would not come to Jesus if it were not for the tribulation. So in that way, it is a form of mercy, And It's going to further separate the wheat from the chaff. Well, and what, you know, why do we have the tribulation? You know, God says Paul tells us in his epistles that we are unleavened. We, the church, we're unleavened. And leaven in the Bible is always a bad thing, right? And it can represent sin. It can represent false doctrine, you know. And the judgment's coming because of the leaven, you know. Purge out the leaven, Paul says, from among you. And so leaven is what causes the can of biscuits to explode, to pop open. And that's the reason for the tribulation, you know. The sin and the disobedience now is not obeying Christ. In other words, not believing on him. Not believing God's way he's given us for redemption. So, oh, I'm sorry. I just realized there's so much bird stuff on my windshield you guys are having to look at. We're remodeling some of the house, and I've got my garage full of stuff, so I can't park in there right now, and there's trees over my driveway, so it's going to be like this for a little while. But anyway, I'm just looking forward to the soon rapture. I'm excited, and we don't have anything to fear. You know, the Lord's looking out for us, and I don't think I believe it's false prophets that are trying to say that we need to do all kinds of preparation and be worried and store up a whole bunch of stuff. And that's the opposite of what the Lord's always shown me, you know, anytime I've brought it to him in prayer. And so you guys be encouraged. I love y'all.